It's still January 13th. I just got back from the beach. If anyone asks or wants to know, it's Crystal Cove. It's a beautiful place to go to. There's not a lot of traffic. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. So I know I mentioned that I go there on my birthday as a solo gift to myself, after discovering that I didn't remember how long it had been since I've been to the beach. So that's my gift to myself every year. But this was the first time that I go in January. I've never been there in January. And it was different. I'd never seen it. The tide was low, and so it uncovered all of these rock formations that were hidden underneath the water. I mean, my birthday's in May, so May 22nd, so that's the time that I usually go, and the tide is pretty high during that time, and today was low. I'd never seen so many rocks, or at least the rock formations, and so it just made me think about, again, just, you know, what's underneath the water, right? That gets pulled out, and the beauty in that, and you know, it made me think of how the ocean, right? It's symbolic for emotions and feelings, and you know, I don't know if you guys have heard of that concept of just, you know, when people fear emotions, right? There's this imagery that we give to our clients of, you know, imagine your emotions like the waves of an ocean, right? You know, it's flowing. It's going to have this climactic point where it's going to be intense, and then it's going to crash down and then subside back. And so there's this understanding, right? Because there's that fear of like, what's going to happen once I reach that point of no return, right? A fear of letting go, of falling apart, right? Of being so vulnerable, so open, showing those scars, right? Those tears, that ugly cry. Someone once described it as an ugly cry, right? And fearing of what could potentially happen. And so that imagery provides a sense of a light at the end of the tunnel. Like it's only going to go up so far before it comes down, and then it's going to subside. So it brings a sense of relief, kind of like a foreseer type of thing. Like, okay, I'm seeing the future. I'm seeing the end result, right? That makes it feel okay to go through that process, allow myself to fall apart, because I know it's going to feel better, right, afterwards. So it made me think of the ocean waves. It made me think of how there's all these rocks underneath. There's strength underneath, right? That's tied into the earth. And we don't realize, right, that underneath all of those emotions, once we allow the emotions to flow, there's strength that gets built up. There's there's just strength in that process, in leaning into the discomfort, right? And embracing that, and allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to fall apart, giving yourself permission to feel again, really. As much as it's needed. You know, I think that people think, you know, it won't stop, but it will, you know, and you'll feel that sense of relief. I mean, if you've had a good ugly cry, you feel like your body is releasing toxins, right, through your tears, and your body it's like it surrendered itself through that experience, and it was what your body needed in order to rest and recover. Because I don't know about you guys, but every time I have an ugly cry, I need a big nap, a long nap. And then I feel a lot better. I wake up. I mean, you guys have been watching. That's been my MO lately. You know, I feel better. I feel better just letting it out. So I definitely encourage that. But that wasn't the point of the video. The point of the video, or the message, was really just that. It's this: we don't know how strong we are until we fall apart. We really don't. You know, I think of the people who experience trauma, severe trauma, right? I mean, I think of my clients, I think of my family, I think of even myself, right? I mean, we've all to some degree experienced some type of intense event, whether or not it teeters trauma. It's based on perception, really. Your perception of your sense of self, your sense of worth, your sense of survival in that moment. And I think that's where the judgment, we need to be careful about how we judge experiences for people, because for one person, a situation might be cake, and for someone else, it's scary. It's real. It's scary and it's real. And being aware of that, and being mindful and graceful in our approach, right? When we're dealing with people or interacting with others in that situation. But so the rock formation really amazed me. It really did. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. And just seeing the pools, the little pools, and the rock formation underneath that I had no idea existed. And it was a nice treat. It was a really nice treat, and I'm glad that I had been planning to go this week, and I kept pushing it because I was getting preoccupied with other stuff, and I finally said, you know what, I'm just gonna go. Whatever's still pending, it can wait. I really need this for me. And I'm happy to say that I'm obviously recording again. I don't know what happened. I think I just kind of deleted other stuff, or files that were ghost files. I don't know. I'm not too, you guys know I'm not very tech savvy. And so even just operating this camera, this was like the first challenge I've had. But I guess just highlighting some things that came up today, right? It's as things are unfolding. I posted a video today about me recognizing, that I was in a third-party situation again, right? And like I mentioned, there's all types of definitions for third-party situations. Sometimes it really ultimately boils down to whatever is interfering with you and another person, a connection. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be a responsibility. It could be just anything that's kind of sucking the energy out of you to where it's impacting the connection of the other two. So, even children could be that third party situation. When you have one parent over investing in your child versus that union, that could be a third party situation. And so, where I mentioned before, work was definitely a huge third party situation in my life, in terms of just how I allowed it, the role that I gave it, and how I allowed it to consume my life, right? All of these other individuals that I paid attention to and prioritized, like work and everything involving work, right, was my priority. I think I mentioned I worked weekends. I worked during my vacation. I would take my laptop with me during my vacation time, overnights. I wouldn't sleep in my bed. I would sleep on my couch, just staying up working, and very unhealthy. Very unhealthy. And you know, there's all these other third-party situation examples, right? But so I posted that this morning. It's an old, for me, it's in my past, already done, taken care of. But it's so funny, I think I've mentioned it before, that as I'm posting these things, the messages are coming up for the other readers where it's like it's not resonating with me anymore. Like parts of it are, but then other parts, like the recommendations, or stuff that I already took care of because it's in my past. So it's just trippy. It's trippy. Again, this whole foreseer thing, right? Kind of seeing the cycle repeat itself, and it's just trippy. So there's that. Something else that was trippy today. I had heard another message. I don't know if it was for yesterday or today, but it was about being confused, right? About what to do, what steps to take, right? And I know what steps I'm taking. I think I know. I've tried meditating and it's been challenging to I haven't seen the light. I haven't seen the light, and MJ actually today brought up a really good point, right? Possible blockage for me is that it was in the Leo reading, and just because I'm very, you know, charge type of energy, that I was impatient, and I did. Honestly, I totally felt myself being impatient and just kind of cutting it short and be like, okay, I tried. I gotta go through the rest of my day. You know, and not really. And so she recommended I needed to find another way to be mindful. So something I'm gonna be looking into, right? I am listening to advice. That's one thing I'm going to be doing, continuing to do, is listening to advice when it's given. And that resonated with me. So I could, you know, be open to the messages again, and just whatever it is that I need to know. And I think I mentioned that I only do my tarot reading once a week. I'm still doing that. Been very helpful. There was another reading that talked about not knowing, this whole someone from the past is coming again. Actually, it's someone from my past that reached out today, and offered me, I have a feeling it was like an olive branch, via food, and I mean, I wasn't home, and I really, it was food that I'm trying to stay away from, and I was coming home due to traffic, and I let the person know, you know, thank you for the invite, but I'm not home right now. And I have to say, my gut is saying that was probably like an olive branch. And I just turned it down. But, so maybe that was my person from the past coming, because she's an air sign too. Just this sense of like, that there was going to be another love coming in, because I had manifested a fresh start, which I did. I did manifest a fresh start, not just within myself, but, you know, just in general, right? I mean, like I said, time waits for nobody. I'm going to continue living my life. I am. And, you know, what happens, right? I think those were the rules. Those were the unwritten expectations that were set, and I'm not questioning it. Like I said, in one of the other videos, I don't know if, I like the fact that things are slow right now. I do. I don't want things to pick up in a relationship standpoint. Like I like how things are. Like if things pop up, things pop up. If the universe allows things to unfold, then I will, like I said, I'm gonna follow my intuition. And right now, my intuition isn't really pulling me anywhere per se. It's just here with me. And I'm just gonna keep living my life and taking care of the things that I need to take care of and plan for myself. And you know, the other person is doing the same. And I'm good with that. I am, for the moment. Being aware of, right? That things will blow up in my face if it's not meant to be. And then I had mentioned, you know, sometimes the things we want we're not ready for too. So I really want to make sure that I'm ready for whatever is supposed to come my way, and that's going to require me to continue meditating, to continue praying, to continue seeking God's, you know, guidance through the mediums and you know, listening to possible blockages that might resonate with me so that I can address that, right? It's like, it's just guidance, and continuing to do my research, continuing to read my Bible, continuing to fix my finances, you know, just continuing to do life. And, you know, planning my mini adventures like today, you know, where I went to the beach, and long overdue. I might make that like a weekly thing if I can. Like a weekly ritual to make up for all the years that I never went. Or maybe I'll change it up. Maybe I'll go to Big Bear. I haven't been there in a while, right? I mean, I love the winter, and I little shops. Love it. Temecula is another place that I really enjoy. Actually, I think that might be my next spot, because I need to go purchase something there. So I don't know when I'll go. But you know, just really giving myself mini adventures. You know, I'm planning hopefully to go up north to see a friend near San Francisco, the Bay Area. I know with COVID going on, but you know, it seems like they might be open to it after a couple weeks. So I'm looking forward to that, really. And yeah, just continuing to do life. And but so anyways, so one of the readings had said, squirrel, one of the readings had said that if I wasn't sure, the signs would be there. I would be seeing the signs that would tell me in what direction I'm needing to go. And kid you not, I'm seeing threes everywhere. I'm seeing trucks, specific trucks. This person drives a truck. Yeah. So I know what I need to do. I know what I do, and I'm doing it. So it's just yeah, just want to give an update, you know, right? As things unfold. Things are unfolding. Yeah. That's it. Have a good night. Because I'll see you guys